Yo, what is the deal? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, this time, I promise you, it has been a much anticipated, long awaited for video. So many people asking me, probably the most anticipated video in at least the last month and a half, probably even longer than that, is the Doom. It's the Doom video, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. And so for those who haven't seen maybe a couple of the very last videos since my return here, yes, I'm still a little congested, but I feel all right. Actually, today's been kind of one of them days. It's been a strange day, but we're here and we're doing this thing. So check it out. I'm at level 70 right now. Level 70. So which means I got 65 through 69 done. And in case you don't know, it's Universal Mal. And you would think like there was somebody in the Universal Mal, because Universal tends to be the stronger class, right? Now, if it was Universal, just all Universal, it could totally get done. One of the main issues is the lack of supports. The only character that offers really a lead / support is Ebony Maw. And the thing with Doom, I already know there's going to be people, well, why don't you use Doom's lead because of his uniform effect? I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna explain that. I use Ebony Maw's lead. It seems to be more consistent here. You could do one or the other. The thing is, it's like you're kind of taking a chance, more specifically at the very end of the match, the last 7 bars, because you need to get debuffed at that point, and you can't use Ancient One as a striker. If you could use him as a striker, you basically have it up all the time, but you kind of it just makes the match more trickier. And with Ebony Maw's lead, it's just more consistent that way. It's just easier. It's easier to get it done that way. So that's what I'm going to be showing you that I did. But in this run, so I actually I recorded a few different runs with him, and I just thought, you know what, let me get a fresh one today. And I went back down to stage 65, and I cleared it with 1 minute and 40 seconds left. This run went extremely smooth, but here's the thing: it doesn't always go that smooth, and you gotta be able to just kind of ebb and flow, right? You got to be able to bob and weave and duck punches and that sort of thing, because the rotation that I'm using, that I'm going to be showing you, it has the tendency to the proc to activate early on the tier 3 rotation, which is where most of the damage is. But there's a caveat to it, where if you don't get the rotation in the proc at the end of the very next rotation, you can come back and deal additional damage. And I'll try to explain it to you. I'll try to show it to you, and it kind of evens it out. So even if you miss the proc, you can still go ahead and along with the match and kind of make up for the damage for the most part. And here's the thing. So Doom, I have to say, Doom is probably the most complex character to ever be put in the game in terms of his play style in rotation. At least playing him with an energy. I've seen some rage rotations. I did not try him with a rage. I've only tried him with an energy. I actually have a brilliant energy on him right now. But I spent like hours playing this man, just because he's so fun to play, because there's no real set rotation, or at least, what we're trying to develop a rotation. He's very fun to play because there's so many possibilities, and he's a character that at times you don't want to just get set in a set rotation, because you're gonna do yourself a disservice just because of the way his accumulation works. That's part of it. The way his accumulation, the cooldown on his skills, and that sort of thing. Now, if you're running him for like squad battle or ABX, you're probably going to want to play him differently. This rotation, what I'm going to show you, I have to imagine it's specifically for World Boss Legend, and probably only Knull World Boss Legend. I might be able to play Mephisto with it. I haven't tried it with Mephisto, but I have to think that playing Mephisto, you might want to switch some things up just to maximize damage over there. So once I get back over to Mephisto, actually, as a matter of fact, on that note, I cleared stage 50 of Mephisto. So I'll be working my way up to 55, which I'll be able to use Doom again there. So that'll be, I think it's Mal Villain, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check, but I know you could use Mephisto and you can use Doom, so I'm guessing it's Mal Villain. Yes, it's Mal Villain. That is what it is. Alrighty, so back over here. So alright, first and foremost, I'll show you his build, and then we'll talk about his skills real quick. So he's got 12 Odin's Blessings. Now, unless you're going for high rank on a character, 12 Odin's Blessings is all you need, and then the other two, the attack, the kind of attack that they actually do. So energy or physical attack, and giving them 12 as opposed to 20, it's a waste in my opinion. You won't see a difference in damage at all. He has max type, he's got a fully awakened ISO 8 set, and he has his brilliant energy. He's got 230 proc with 10% beatdown, and his uniform is mythic, in case you don't know. Uniform option, you got Iron Fist, X-23, Moon Knight, Jean Grey, and then Red Hulk there. And let's see what else we got going on. Oh yeah, skills. Okay, so his one skill offers a buff, his third skill offers the accumulation, his fourth skill is another buff. He's got a 45% increase to attacks, and then his fifth skill is you want to delay cancel on his fifth. So I'm just going to show you a couple things here. Points where you actually want to cancel his skill. Now, I play with SFX on. It's just easier. It's easier for me that way. I like SFX on, at least for World Boss Legend. If you're playing... Now, like I said, if you're playing, squad battle or ABX with them, it's going to be different. You probably won't want to have SFX on. But 5, as soon as he starts to touch his chin, that's when you can cancel 5 there, right? And then his 4 skill, as soon as he throws his hands out, you can cancel his 4 skill. There's times where you just want to cancel it right away, and then there's other times where you want to do the delay cancel, and you'll see throughout this run that I show you. And then that's pretty much it. There's only 2 skills that have a delay cancel. Everything else is going to be an immediate cancel. And like I said, in certain situations, the 4 is an immediate cancel as well. So I think we can it's safe to say we can jump into this run here. Let me pull it up. Oh man, Godzillanator's got to pump the brakes. Yes, we're getting to the video. I promise it's coming right after this. So one thing I did the whole video and I forgot to talk about his uniform effect here. So let's read it here. So it decreases damage received from reflected effects by 60%. So that just happens all the time. But down here it says activation rate when using removes all debuffs, right? So like using his own lead, any debuff removal lead or Ancient One Striker could actually work as well. He decreases all damage received by 40%, ignore target dodge rate by 50%, which is huge, and then he gets increased chain hit damage by 15%, and it's for 18 seconds out of 20 seconds. So this is something that needs to be reactivated time and time again to actually keep it up. So as I mentioned, you could run his own lead, you could run Ebony Maw lead, or just any other, just increase attack lead. And I think depending on how much it actually increases the attack, it could just balance itself out at some point. But I have to say it's really helpful, especially for World Boss Legend, probably especially for Mephisto, to have debuff removal, and then you get a bonus added effect from the debuff removal. So it's like an additional 40 or 50% attack on top of having the debuff removal, if you catch my drift. But and in this run, you'll see I use Ebony Maw lead, just like as I mentioned before. It was just easier for me that way. I can't say for certain yet if one is better than the other. That's something that I'll do some more testing with, and I'll bring you that information. Okay, now let's get to the run. Alrighty, here we go. The long awaited for Doom stage 65. Let's get to this here. Now, some things that... Alright, so you want to wait. First and foremost, you want to wait until about until it's 456 to 455, and then you do because at that time you're able to accumulate more damage just by waiting a couple seconds there, and you'll see. So I do 4, cancel 4 right away into 5, delay cancel until he touches his chin, 1 and then 3, and then you want to come back around. You want to hit the purple bubbles there, accumulate damage, and then I go 1 into 4 into 2. And there's sometimes, depending on if I accumulate and I hit it just right, I can actually get him down to the first Clintar phase there. So I can get him down all the way to 55 bars at that point if it's actually done right. And then here I do 4 delay cancel, 5 delay cancel, 1 3 into the 6, and look at all that damage. And then I do 1 into 4. Sometimes I like to do 1 delay cancel, 4 delay cancel into 2, depending on where the proc's at. A lot of things with Doom depend on where the proc is actually at. But as you can see, I pushed him down both Clint Arcade phases. He's down to 46 bars here. There's just bananas damage there. Bananas damage. And there's not a whole lot of damage unless you accumulate on his regular rotation here. But here it's just best to wait for his tier 3 to come back around. It just makes this phase a little bit faster here. And if the proc goes off right away, basically once you see the planet, once you see the camera change there, you can go back into one into the 4. Here it got a little wonky. The thing is, I need to go into the last phase, or the next phase with his tier 3. So here the proc reactivates, and otherwise I would have had him down, if things went smooth, I would have had him down like 10 seconds ago, at least. But it's fine because, check this out, watch this damage here. This damage is insane. I push him down this whole phase before he could even throw the purple deals. And like I said, sometimes you can go into the 2 after the 4 there, but it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Look at this. And my next rotation, I have a tier 3 ready. And you'll see, I push him down straight to the next phase after that. But here's the thing. Not every run are you going to hit the procs. Like, very rarely does it happen like this, I have to say. So, coming back with the 1 and 4, if you miss the proc on the 6, is something that you can, it's really odd because you get way more damage if you miss the proc on the 6 by coming back with the 1 and 4 than if you did. It's very strange. I haven't quite figured it out yet. But that's just the thing that happens. And here you can go about it in a couple different ways as well. You could use the tier 3 here to push him down, and then hope that you get lucky with the proc on the 6 after doing 1 rotation. I mean, sometimes you want to play it safe and you want to go into this phase here with his 6. Oh, and by the way, so if you're playing with his lead, right? If you're using his lead and you can't use Ancient One as a striker and you want to have that effect up, it's best to just run into the time clock, run into the blade twister, anything that's gonna debuff you. That's something that I was doing when I was playing with his lead. So even like that would have triggered it, and then you would have went in and you would have had that active there. It might have became inactive by the time you actually use his tier 3 skill. So here it's fine that the proc actually activates. Actually, I want it to activate there early or outside of when you actually want it to, because this way it allows you to just hit it easier. This way you don't have to worry about the early proc activation. But check it out. 1 minute and 39 seconds left with Doom. That is my Doom rotation. Now, as I was saying before, not every run goes that smooth. Not every run do you hit the proc on the 6. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting that good with it, where I'm now getting consistent with getting the proc on the 6 with every rotation. But it's just, a lot of times it doesn't work out that way. Alrighty, ladies and gents. Okay, so since I showed you my run, I'm gonna jump in here live and just do a little gameplay and see if there are maybe some things that kind of happen out of the ordinary, just to show you how I would actually deal with them, how I would switch up the rotation. Did we get the proc? Yeah, we did. Indeed, we got the proc. But as you can see, sometimes there's a huge burst of damage depending on if you accumulate properly. Like I said, there's even times where I get him down to the first Clintar cage phase, which is nice because then you don't have to deal with it here. But here, typically, you just wait for the planet and then go back into 4. You know, I kind of got the proc. Typically, it activates earlier than that. We get trapped up here, but it's nice. You know, we activated this phase here. He's about to do his thing, right? Where are your purple balls, man? Okay, and those are, you know, spots where you actually want to accumulate damage. We're getting bad luck with these procs here. Bad luck. But it doesn't matter because you make it up on the tier 3. And I'm gonna get a proc. There it is. So like right here, I'd hit the 3, try to get hit by stuff, right? And then go back into the... Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay, so yeah, you know, sometimes things don't always work out your way. But here is a good spot to actually have his tier 3 ready to rock and roll, because you want to avoid staying in these phases here. So right here, I don't know what happened there. We missed the proc. We definitely lost some damage, that's for sure. But right here, I would do something like this, get hit, go into the 5, into the 1, into the 4, and then hit the 2. Okay. And you should avoid dying, that's for sure. So that was unfortunate that we died, but that's a thing you can definitely do as well. And yeah, just get hit, accumulate damage, don't die again. We're getting trapped up. It's not looking good for us. And we died. Okay, so I'm not going to do that again, but I just wanted to demonstrate some different things that could happen. You know, I think most importantly, like if certain things don't go your way, I like to hit the 3 off the proc, accumulate the damage, and it's inconsistent. I get it. It could be inconsistent from, you know, one time to the next, depending on what's going on. But hitting that and then coming back with the 1 cancel into the 4, delay cancel into the 2, if you have the time to actually pull that off. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thing is this, I still feel like I'm leaving something on the table here with Doom. I feel like there can be, I don't know, it's like there's so many different situations that I've been in playing them that I feel like there's a unique thing that can be applied that will maximize kind of what's going on, you know, during the match. I tried to do it by popping in there. I feel like that really wasn't a great example. You know, I died, obviously, and on the rebound, accumulating the damage, it didn't really accumulate properly, but that's the idea. You know, there's certain times where it's going to work out in your favor, and then other times it isn't. In the run that I showed you, I think that's like the ideal situation that you know, in fact, things can actually happen, where you get the proc activated and you get the full effective damage on his 6 every single time. I think that rotation is probably the best rotation with energy, at least to my knowledge, although I haven't seen any videos. But from what I hear, there really aren't good Doom rotations out there, at least with energy. Doom play with energy, and like I said, playing him with a rage, obviously you're going to want to play him different. You're going to want to cancel his tier 3, I'm pretty sure, especially for ABX or squad battle. And as I mentioned, I'll be playing Mephisto with Doom very, very soon. It'll be 4 days or 3 days, 4 days. I'll actually be playing stage 55, and I'll be able to test Doom there. Another thing is, what I want to do is, I haven't compared them to Moonstone, and I could do that at stage 39 of Knull, right? 39 Knull. It's all villains. So maybe I'll do a video like that where I'm comparing all the top toons, right? Like Doom, Mephisto, Moonstone, Supergiant. Supergiant's very, very strong there, especially teamed up with certain characters. Maybe even the Maker, but thing is this: I left him naked because I'm thinking Maker might have a chance to actually do 70 as of right now. Call Obsidian cannot do it with Crescent Lead. He is far from being able to do it. The team that I was actually using for the man was, where is it? No, none of these. Well, it was this here. and I gave him thing team bonus because he does get one from Thanos, and it's a little bit better because it's all attack and max HP. But this one, actually, you get a 0.1% more physical attack. But this way, I could use Thanos as a striker, and he has the 12% instead of, you know, just the 10%. So yeah, that's what I could do for a future video, is comparing a lot of the top characters. Because honestly, if I had to guess, I'd say Doom is actually stronger than Moonstone for World Boss Legend, especially with the rotation that I'm using. I don't think Moonstone, with just Ebony lead there, could get that done that fast, because just from playing her on stage, you know, like stage 59, because I could use her on 59, you know, I could use her with Captain Marvel lead, but I'm able to use the co-op skill there, so, you know, I would have to think that it actually balances out, but she's not getting it done that fast. She's not getting it done that fast. No way. So if I had to guess from without testing it, so I don't know for certain, I'd say Doom is stronger than Moonstone. But yeah, I could do that video. If you guys really want to see that video, let me know, and I'll compare not only them two, but Mephisto and Supergiant, because I have brilliance on all of them. And okay, on another note here, a lot of people, you know, well, there's some people that are a little bitter that I didn't, that I did like the Mephisto video, you know, yesterday, ABX, before doing, you know, covering like characters like Quicksilver, Silk, and the characters that they, you know, the new characters, new uniforms, you know, Hulkbuster, because the uniform sale ends soon, right? It's like a few days, I think, at this point, 2-3 days. So let me know what you guys actually want to see, because I'm not sure. I'm thinking either Hulkbuster or Quicksilver. I don't know, maybe Silk. I'm indecisive, as you can see. So give me some guidance, friends. But I'm gonna end it there, ladies and gentlemen. So you better stay tuned. You stay breezy, but most of all, friend, you stay safe out there now. Peace.